residents. I am a councillor, and as one of the representing one of the two wards that is going to be most affected, and I note that the councillors for Fareham North are also here, I'm giving there has been discussion about what views are since the agenda for this meeting was published. So I was asked, as I'm going to be here, to give reasons why myself and the following groups oppose the dissolution of that body, which is recommendation C before you. These are the groups who have opposed this. The Fareham Society, Wallington Village Community Association, Buckley Village Society, Knoll Village Residents Association, and 2 Winchester City councillors who are also part of the standing conference, where the CCG is also represented, and we're only too well aware of residents' fears that Queen Alexandra Hospital has difficulty coping with the present population of the area, let alone when other large housing developments, including those in other parts of southern Hampshire, are built. In addition, there are other representatives of community groups, schools, churches, youth work, etc. In the paper before you, it would appear that no clear rationale is given as to why the Welborne Conference should be disbanded. Councillor Evans has just said it's reached a natural end, but there's no reasons why. Paragraph 15 on page 31 makes it very clear that the Welborne Standing Conference, in existence since 2012, has made a significant contribution, ensuring that local community interest and resident groups were aware of emerging proposals. However, it makes no mention of the very useful two-way communication between those groups, planners and developers. A dedicated forum is needed, and it is seen that the problem with the proposed CAP meetings is that they are only open to Fareham residents. Question I would like to ask is, will the Funtley, Wickham and Winchester representatives who currently take an active part of the standing conference have access to the community action teams? One might say that only the Fareham people are affected by Welborne, but this isn't the case. The areas around us are also greatly affected by Welborne. One of the strengths within the membership of the standing conference is there are a great deal of corporate background knowledge, and I'm not meaning corporate in the sense of Fareham Borough Council altogether, which will not necessarily come out at CAP meetings. A dedicated forum for views is needed, which does not only include Fareham residents. Paragraph 17 states that a communication plan is being prepared. If you agree to recommend that the Welborne Standing Conference is dissolved, is that not premature, as a replacement framework and engagement mechanism has not yet been put in place? It is suggested that we need a purposeful, open and inclusive dialogue where there is a balance of views. At a CAP meeting, it's more like you're more likely to have bread and butter questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Kelly.
Mr. Chairman, I personally believe the demise of the Welborne Standing Conference was a terrible mistake. The council needs to build bridges to the local community. The Welborne Standing Conference is a forum where all the community groups, all those who are interested in the Welborne project, can come together, discuss and debate issues surrounding the Welborne project. It's a bridge, an important bridge to the community, and it shouldn't be underrated. The Standing Conference brings together communities from within Fareham and outside the Fareham boundaries. It allows deep, in-depth scrutiny around issues which surround Welborne. Above all, the Welborne Conference demonstrates a degree of transparency. CAP meetings, in my opinion, are a very poor substitute for one reason. CAP meetings are there to inform, basically a question and answer. CAP meetings are not a debating forum. The council needs to reach out to the community and allow them to have a platform where they can challenge, shape Welborne. So the Welborne Standing Conference does that. However, going forward, it may need to be rejigged, it may need to change slightly, it may need to become more focused. But I do believe there's an important role for the Welborne Conference, because it will build a bridge to the community, which is lacking. And as we go forward, there's still major issues at Welborne, and it will need the community to come on board. I would therefore like to ask, before coming to a final decision on the Welborne Conference, that the council actually asks the members of that forum what they think. How do they see the future? How do they see whether or not the Welborne Conference can be restructured? If we are to move forward with Welborne, then we must create an understanding between the council and the community groups and the community in general. We need a dialogue, and that Welborne Conference gives it. You won't obtain it through CAP meetings. You need a forum where there is public debate. So it releases pressure. Although people may not get what they want, at least they can feel they've had a good, genuine say. So I think if we do get away, if we remove the Welborne Conference, it will be very sad indeed. And I simply say it has an important role to play. Thanks very much.
Please do.
All three of them, eh? Let me first of all take Mr. Slattery's comments. It's interesting. In terms of the timelines, if you were referring to, I think as we identified back in February, to run through and complete a compulsory purchase programme, including acquisition of a delivery partner, will take perhaps 3 years. And that gave us a much extended timescale for the delivery of Welborne. But members will recall that part of the reason for doing that is because within the original delivery timescale for Welborne that we'd identified through the borough plan process, we were running some 1 to 2 years behind because there was no certainty of land assembly to meet the needs to submit a planning application. I found the comment about BST being in a position of being able to deliver now very interesting. It'd be interesting to see that confirmed. But I can confirm to members that we are in pre-application planning advice discussions with Buckland for the entire site, and Buckland have indicated they might be hopeful of acquiring access to right to put in application for that entire site. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out. We'll find that out later in the year. Were that to occur, then of course that would cut into the overall process that we were talking about, and would actually guarantee delivery quicker than we could ourselves through a CPO process. So I guess, yes, there might well be hopes that that does continue, but we have to see that proven. And certainly the last formal information I had was that BST warehouses had no legal interest in the BST Welborne land holdings, Bench family Welborne land holdings. In terms of the timescales for reports, then this is an appropriate time. This is some 4 months since we originally put forward the proposals. I've given members a reasonable update tonight. I've given some assurance in terms of the timescale for the future and where we are on the different costings, and we have a detailed costing for the next full year of activities that we would be engaged in. As I mentioned in the report, we have applied for grants. We're hopeful of getting some grants that will offset some of those costs, and were the process to continue insofar as the tidying up of the bringing to the fore the ownership and ability for the bench land to be formally part of the process, then that timescale will be foreshortened along with the development partner, maybe. But those costings there is an estimate of £2 million, which is in line with those we had at the beginning of the year. And in terms of engagement and governance, then I think this council actually could be very proud of the extensive public engagement it had leading up to completion of the borough plan. It can be proud of establishing the standing conference, which is fairly unique when looking at some of our neighbouring authorities in terms of how they've handled major applications and engaged with the public and local authorities. But quite simply, and here I'll comment to the points from Councillor Mishtrot and Councillor Cunningham, the standing conference has reached a sensible end of the activities it was engaged in formulating directions. We're now moving to the point where we will be receiving planning applications. That is a different point of discussion in how we discuss those planning applications and how we look at them in relation to what's being proposed in itself and in relation to the borough plan and policies, and that's how they need to be brought together. The CAT meetings was just one element. I mean, it was almost as if the CAT meetings were going to be the only element of fair engagement. They're just one element of engagement that is quite specific to focusing with local communities on particular local community interests. Now, I can assure members that the Council will ensure that all of those, both individuals and groups, who are members of the Standing Conference, will be kept informed and will be consulted on future planning applications. That list is there, and all those groups, and those that are on the list that Councillor Mr. Trott mentioned, will be engaged and will be kept informed of what is going on. But the nature of future detailed discussions will come through substantially via planning applications and pre-planning applications.